ऋषि अवतारा नित्यानंद नित्यानंद अर्धनारीश्वरा नित्यानंद 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानंद 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 नित्य सद्गुरु नित्यानंद करुणामय मूर्ति नित्यानंद नित्यानंद कमलालय कीर्ति नित्यानंद नित्यानंद आनंद परशांति नित्यानंद नित्यानंद आत्मालय कांति नित्यानंद 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानंद 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 नित्य सद्गुरु नित्यानंद हरिहर सागर नित्यानंद अमृत शेखर नित्यानंद द्वैताद्वैत नित्यानंद त्रिगुणातीता नित्यानंद 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानंद नित्य सद्गुरु नित्यानंद पूरण कारण आगमदारण पूरण कारण आगमदारण आदिगुरुनाथ श्री चतुर्वेद सर्वसंरक्षक सन्मार्गनायक महाभावेन लिंगोद्भवेन आनन्दरूपेण नित्यानन्द 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 त्यागराजशा नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द योगरूपेशा नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द जीव जीवेशा नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द ज्ञानदेवेशा नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द नित्य सद्गुरु नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द नित्य सद्गुरु नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द नित्य सद्गुरु नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द
And every single one who is joining us for today's Nithyananda Yoga. Let's all settle down. Sit on the ground with your hands in front of your heart center in the Namaskara Mudra as we begin with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tatvamasyavilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. The next is the chanting of the Shiva moola mantra japa, invoking the presence of Paramashiva, that primordial divinity of Hinduism, to manifest as we begin the Nithyananda Yoga. So deeply let's connect to Paramashiva as we chant the Shiva moola mantra japa 11 times. Please chant it internally within your inner space. We will chant it out loud such that it's easy for each of you to follow along. Om Ha Shivaya Namaha. Om Ham Haum 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 Shivaya Namaha. The next is the Tatwa Achamanam, the ritualistic cleansing. Please ensure you have your Panchapatram and Uddharini filled with some fresh water. Place your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, bending your index finger, slightly cupping your palm. Take an Uddharini of water, put it in the center of your palm. Sip the water that flows through the base of your palm 3 times along with the mantra Swadha. Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Now wash your hand with the water from the Panchapatram. With the tips of the index middle, with the tip of the base of the right hand thumb, wipe your upper and lower lip twice from right to left. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hand. With the tips of the index, middle and ring finger joined together, touch above your upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hand. With the tip of the right hand, thumb and index finger joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tip of the right hand, thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hand. With the base of the right hand, thumb and little finger joined together, touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. And with all the fingers of your right hand joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder and your heart center. Now let's enter into the Sankalpa, creation of our conscious intention. beautifully through the Nithyananda Yoga, you will manifest whatever it is that you create the conscious intention for. Because yoga is not just about moving your body, Nithyananda Yoga is a ritual, a methodology to connect to the cosmic energy. Now place your right hand over your left, clasping both your palms together, and place your clasped palms on the top of your right thigh as we chant the Sankalpa mantra. Om Mamopat Samasta Durita Kshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ पूर्ण आरोग्ययुक्त दृढगात्र यौगिकशरीरसिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिवशक्त्याविष्करणार्थं नित्यानन्दयोगाभ्यासं करिष्ये. Take an udharani of water now, wash off your hand. Om apaupasprushya. Place your Panchapatram far away so that as you begin the Nithyananda Yoga, it doesn't disturb you, it's not in your way. And come up to a standing position. We'll be now beginning with our warm up. So we're going to be starting with our right leg. Lift your right leg up, start to rotate your ankle in a clockwise motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax now the left ankle in the clockwise motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring your hands to your knees now. Rotate your knees now towards the right. 1. Nice stretch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stand up, bring your hands to your hips. Now we're going to rotate our hips. So push your hips out in a circular motion. Push your hips out into a circle. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Opposite direction, push your hips out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's twist at the torso. Bring your hands in front of your heart center and let's now be twisting from side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your hands to your shoulders, pushing our shoulders forward now in a circular motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to rotate our neck. Do it slowly, not to enjoy yourself. Rotate your neck, feel all the knots opening out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other direction now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax now. We're going to be doing the skeleton dance. So I request everyone to take a moment to close your eyes. Visualize yourself as a skeleton, as pure bones. And from that visualization, start to shake your entire body intensely and vigorously. Now slowly relax. Start to walk back and forth on your mat, breathing in and out deeply and slowly. And now we can settle down. You can come to a seated position. Before we begin the Nithyananda Yoga today, a quick disclaimer that all the teachings and practices taught during the yoga session are only for educational and general wellness purposes. They are not to be taken for or used as a replacement for medical advice. If you have any pre existing medical health conditions, injuries, illnesses, or diseases, please do consult with your medical health professional before you do the Nityananda Yoga and follow the advice your doctor has given you at all times. If during the yoga at any point you feel tired, weak, or dizzy, please immediately rest and only once you feel better, continue the yoga. During the yoga, at all times, be in listening with your body. Everybody's body works differently, so you need to ensure that you are staying within the limits and capacities of your personal body. So, for that, now we're going to be entering into the second part of the Dvithiya Vinyasa Krama sequence. First asana is Dvishirsasana, the two-headed pose. This asana comes from Kapala Kurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati, and it helps to open the hips, enhance postural stability, and promote shoulder mobility. In this asana, you're going to be sitting with your left foot against your perineum and your right foot on top of that. Sorry, keeping the right heel at the perineum, the left foot on top. Yes. Here you're going to keep your hands on the knees and push your right shoulder up towards the right side, towards the right ear, almost forming the shape of a second head. Do the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale, feel the flames raising up your spine, clenching your perineum in the moola bandha. With the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualize yourself like a god with multiple heads in Dvishirshasana. स्कन्धः शिरः पर्यन्तं नीत्वा स्थातव्यं द्विशीर्षं भवति. Then relax. Let's repeat the Dvishirshasana on the other side, the two-headed pose on the other side from Kapala Kurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. Helps to deepen the hip flexibility, enhance shoulder coordination, and promote postural alignment. So now, continue to keep your legs in the same position. Switch the sides to the left, pushing the left shoulder up towards the left ear, almost forming like a second head. Continue the Samana Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize yourself like a god with many heads in Dvishirshasana. स्कन्धः शिरः पर्यन्तं नीत्वा स्थातव्यं द्विशीर्षं भवति. And relax. The next asana is Kumbhirasana, the crocodile pose from the Rudra Yamala Tantra. This helps to enhance the hip opening and promote spinal flexibility, strengthen core stability, and support breath awareness, developing a rounded postural adaptation. So now, sit with your legs in the same position, clasp your hands together, and bring both your hands on the top of your head. Gaze forward, gaze towards your nose. Do the Samana Kumbhaka, suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Clench your perineum in the Moola Bandha. Do the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize yourself as an alligator in Kumbhirasana. Nitambe hastayugalam bhumau sankochitah patet Kumbhirasanamavakshe Vayunam dharanaya cha. And relax your hands. Let's do now Chakrasana Dve, wheel pose 2. This asana comes from the Varahopanishad, which helps to promote a grounding stability, enhance spinal alignment, strengthens the postural muscles, and culminates a meditative mental presence. So for Chakrasana Dve, you're going to be sitting with your feet continuing to be in the same position and keep your spine straight, hands on your knees, Do the Samana Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize each of your chakras as bright white lights radiating clarity, purity, and alignment in Chakrasana Dve. सव्योरुदक्षिणे गुल्फे दक्षिणं दक्षिणेतरे निदध्यादृजुकायस्तु चक्रासनमिदं मतम्. Next is Swastikasana Dve, the auspicious pose 2. Now, this asana comes from the Shiva Samhita and it helps to intensify hip opening, enhance ankle flexibility, promote spinal alignment. So you're going to now keep your feet, both your feet between the opposite thighs and calves, keeping your hands on the top of your knees. Keep your spine upright. Do the Samana Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize the peace and prosperity, well-being, good fortune flowing through you in Swastikasana Dve. जानुर्वोरन्तरे सम्यक् धृत्वा पादतले उभे समकायः सुखासीनः स्वस्तिकं तत् प्रचक्षते. And moving into Swastikasana Trini, the auspicious pose 3. This asana comes from the Gheranda Samhita and deepens your hip flexibility, enhancing heart center awareness, promoting spinal alignment. Now, you're going to continue to keep your legs in the same position but clasp your hands together in the front of your chest in the Parashamudra. Do the Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum, Samana Kumbhaka, with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Embody peace, well-being, good fortune and prosperity in Swastikasana Trini. Janurvorantare kritva yogi padatale ubhe rijukayah samasinah swastikam tat prachakshate. Relax your hands. The next asana is Virasana Dve, the hero pose 2. This asana comes from the Hatha Tatwa Kaumudi by Sundaradeva. It combines asymmetrical hip opening with postural stability, enhancing spinal alignment. So in Virasana 2, you're going to sit with the right foot between the left thigh and calf and left foot on the top of the right thigh. Keep your hands on the respective knees, gazing towards your nose. Do the Shambhavi Mudra, gazing gently fix your inner awareness through the eyes. Do the Samana Kumbhaka, inhale, feel the flames raising up your spine. Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize and embody the state and space of bravery in Virasana 2. एकस्मिन्नु संस्थितम् एकं पादं चरेद् योगी इतरस्मिन् उर्मिदं वीरासना त्रीणि, the bow pose 3. So now this asana is where you're going to be bringing your legs onto the opposite thighs in Padmasana position. Bring your hands around from behind your back, holding on to the opposite toes. Keep your back and spine completely straight. This comes from the Rudra Yamala Tantra and helps combine advanced hip opening with pranayama practice, enhancing the breath control and supporting awareness. So now bring your hands from behind your back, holding on to the opposite toes in the Prana Mudra. Do the Kakachancha Kumbhaka, inhale through a folded tongue and exhale through your nose. Clench your perineum, suck in your stomach and bring your chin to the chest in the Mahamudra Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as Paramashiva's bow in कार्मुकासना त्रीणि. कार्मुकासनमावक्ष्ये उदरे पूरयेत् सुखं सव्येनाङ्घुष्टोपेतं वामपादस्य धारयेत् करेण दक्षिणो नैव वामपादान्तिकं ततम्. And the next asana is Dridhasana, the unshakable resolve pose from the Matsyendra Samhita. This asana helps to deepen hip flexibility and enhance meditative focus, promoting spinal alignment. Now in this asana, continue to sit in the same position. Clasp your hands behind your back, holding on to the opposite toes. And hold on to your big toes with the Prana Mudra. Do the Kakachanchu Kumbhaka, clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as the unstoppable conscious energy of Paramashiva's third eye in Dridhasana. Urubhyamupariस्थाप्य पादयुग्मं प्रयत्नतः. And relax. Now into next asana is Nagrasana, the snake pose. This comes from the Yoga Pradipika of Jaitarama. It helps to combine advanced hip opening with chest expansion and supporting your heart opening. Now in this asana, you're going to be keeping your hands behind your back and laying back and down onto the ground. Keep your legs in Padmasana. Do the Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum. The Kakachancha Kumbhaka, the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a snake in Nagrasana. प्रथम पद्म आसन को ठाने दो हाथ पाचाने आमने. And relax now. Now the next asana is Kandukasana, the ball pose. So from a laying down pose, this asana comes from Kapala Kurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. It helps to promote spinal mobility and nervous system calming, enhancing the breath awareness. So lay on your back now. Bring your knees towards your chest. Bringing your hands into the Parashumudra on the top of your knees. Tuck your chin. Bring your head upwards, clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha. With the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, visualizing yourself as a perfect sphere in Kandukasana. वेत्रासने स्थित्वा हस्तपादा निष्कूष्यमूर्ध्वं नयेत् पृष्ठवंशेन भूमिं पोठेत् कण्डुकासनं भवति. Now keep your feet down. The next asana is Urdhva Pavanasana. The next asana is Urdhva Pavanasana from the Yoga Pradipika of Jayatarama. This asana strengthens your core, enhancing spinal stability and promotes your breath control, supporting neck alignment. Now in this asana, lay on your back with your fingers interlocked behind your head, knees pointed upwards, toes touching. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha as you gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as the rising wind flowing upwards in Urdhva Pavanasana. एकस्मिन् संस्थितम् एकं पादं चरेद् योगी इतरस्मिन् उर्मिदं. प्रथम सूधो सैन करावे गोड़ा उभा राशि मिलावे. Now relax. The next asana is Tiryanauka. Here, this asana comes from Kapalakarantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. It helps to strengthen your core and enhance spinal mobility, promoting breath control and support abdominal engagement. So now you're going to lay on your back, raise your feet up again, use your hands to support your hips. But you're going to be bending your legs in the opposite direction, almost towards the ground, making a bent pose. Here, visualize yourself as a sideways boat shifting in the currents in Tiryanauka. नौकावत् स्थित्वा मूर्ध्वं पादाग्रद्वयं नयेत् तिर्यनौकासनं भवति. Slowly relax. The next asana is Dhvajasana, the flag pose. This asana comes also from Kapalakarantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. It helps to strengthen your core, enhancing leg stability, promoting breath control, and supporting spinal alignment. So now again you're going to lay on your back, lift your legs up high above into the air. Keep your hands extended below, flat on the ground, pushing down in your palms flat on the ground. Do the Murcha Kumbhaka, chin automatically coming to the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. With the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualize yourself as a flag of Kailasa in Dhvajasana. तिर्यनौकावत् ग्रीवापृष्ठकूर्परैः भूमिम् अवष्टभ्यमस्तकलक्षेण पादाग्रद्वयम् ऊर्ध्वं नयेत् ध्वजासनं भवति. And relax. The next asana is the Siddhi Haratali asana. So here now, this asana comes from the Yoga Asana Mala Sachitra. You can come back up to a seated position. It helps to open your hips deeply, enhancing spinal flexibility, promoting breath awareness, and supporting a grounding connection. In this asana, bring both your feet together in front of you. Keep the toes slightly apart. Keep your fingers interlaced around your feet. Do the Samana Kumbhaka. Tuck your chin in towards your chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself unclutched from all ego-fulfilling desires in your life in Siddhi Haratali asana. Pagthali samputakari agulya kau samputakari mahe shulorashe. And relax. The next asana is Bhadrasana Trini. Bhadras, the auspicious pose 3. Now in this asana comes from the Hatha Pradipika of Svatmarama. It helps to intensify your hip opening, enhancing spinal flexibility, promoting grounding stability. In this asana, continue to keep your feet together. Hold your fingers around your toes, feet at the perineum, knees towards the ground. Do the Samana Kumbhaka, pulling your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha, clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualizing yourself as an auspicious foundation in Bhadrasana Trini. Gulphau chavishanasyaadha sivantyah parshvayoho kshipet savyagulpham tatha savye dakshagulpham tu dakshine. The next asana is Yoga Nrisimhasana, the lion man pose. This asana comes from Nathamuni's Yoga Rahasya. It helps to activate vocal expression and enhance your breath release, strengthen your core stability. So now sit with your legs, ankles crossed in front, knees up towards the level of the shoulders. Keep your palms facing upwards on the top of your knees. And here, exhale through your mouth, sticking your tongue out. Do the moola bandha. Clenching your perineum, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize Narasimha, one of the 10 avatars of Mahavishnu, in Yoga Nrisimhasana. Mayuraspinchamayuram Padmapitha Samanvitam Kaukutasgarbhapindam cha Kaurmam Yoga Nrisimhakam. The next asana is Kakarupa Skandhasana, crow form shoulder pose from the Rudrayamala Tantra. This asana helps to maintain your hip flexibility, enhancing postural stability and promoting spinal alignment. Now in this asana, continue to cross your ankles with your knees upwards. Just turn your palms around to rest on top of your knees. Do the Samana Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing a flock of crows in your inner space in Kakarupa Skandhasana. निजपादद्वयं बद्ध्वा स्कन्धदेशे च साधकः नित्यमेतत्पादद्वन्द्वं भूमौ पुष्टीकरद्वयम्. The next asana is Utkatikasana, the intense pose. This asana comes from the Yoga Shastra of Hemachandra. It helps to promote hip stability, enhancing spinal alignment, and strengthening your postural muscles. So keep your feet up close towards your perineum as much as possible and clasp your hands around your knees. Place your palms on the top of your knees with your spine straight. Here, do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Inhale, contracting the throat, making the sound of an ocean, and exhaling. Doing the Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself sitting in the space of Upanishad with Swamiji in Utkatikasana. श्लिष्टर्गुलिश्लिष्टगुल्फो भूश्लिष्टोरुप्रसारयेत् पूतपार्ष्णिसमायोगे प्राहुरुत्कटिकासनम्. Now from here, the next asana is Dandasana Dve, the staff pose 2. You're going to be stretching your legs out, keeping your spine straight. This asana comes from the Yoga Shastra of Hemachandra. It enhances spinal extension, promoting postural alignment, strengthens your back muscles, and supports breath awareness. Here, you're going to keep your legs straight, hands resting on your knees, back spine straight. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize yourself as Paramashiva's Yoga Danda in Dandasana Dve. श्लिष्टर्गुली श्लिष्टगुल्भो भूश्लिष्टोरुप्रसारयेत् यत्रोपविश्यपादौ तद्दण्डासनमुदीरितम्. The next asana is Tadaka Mudrasana, the pond seal pose. This asana comes from Nathamuni's Yoga Rahasya. And it helps to deepen your hamstring flexibility, spinal forward folding, and enhance your breath control. Promotes a nervous system calming. So now you're going to bring your hands into the Prana Mudra, holding on to your feet, leaning forward and down, trying to bring your forehead down towards your knees. Doing the Uddiyana Bandha, sucking in your stomach and bringing the Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize a tank of water in your inner space in Tadaka Mudra. Sabhagashirsha Sarvanga Mahamudra Chadadaki Baddha Konas Baddha Padmam Dandam Paschimatanakam. And relax. The next asana is Prankhasana, the rocking pose. This asana comes from Kapala Kurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. And it helps to strengthen your arms, your core muscles, enhance your balance coordination, and promote breath awareness. In this asana, you're going to be bringing your hands beside your hips and lifting your entire body off the ground, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a cradle and rock from side to side in Prankhasana. प्रेङ्खावत् स्थित्वा पादाग्रे मस्तके परिनित्वा पृष्ठभागे भूमौ निधाय तिष्ठेत्. Then relax. The next asana is Prankhasana Dve, the rocking pose 2. This asana comes from Kapala Kurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. It helps to build your advanced core strength and balance, enhancing spinal flexibility and developing a concentrated mental determination. So bring your hands beside your hips and now you're going to be kicking your legs off the ground. This asana is Prankhasana 2, kicking your legs off the ground up in a rocking position movement. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Prankhasana 2. प्रेङ्कावत् स्थित्वा पादाग्रे मस्तके परिनीत्वा पृष्ठभागे भूमौ निधाय तिष्ठेत् and relax. The next asana is Yogasana Trini, the Union Pose 3. This asana comes from the Rudrayamala Tantra. It helps to promote spinal mobility, enhancing your hip flexibility. So now in this asana, you're going to bring your knees up and towards your body. Hold on to the opposite elbows, wrapping your hands around your knees. In this asana, you're going to be gazing towards your third eye, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, as you visualize yourself in that experience of Advaita, oneness with Swamiji, in Yogasana Trini. पृष्ठे भेदान्वितं पादं तस्य हस्तेन बन्धयेत् अथ योगासनं वक्ष्ये यत् कृत्वा योगिराट् भवेत्. The next asana is Vrishapati Asana, the Bull Lord pose. This asana comes from the Yoga Asana Manasa Chitra. Here this helps to open up your hips asymmetrically and enhance postural stability, promoting a spinal alignment. So now we're going to be doing the Vrishapati Asana. You're going to be sitting on your left foot and bring your right leg on top over to the opposite side. Bring your hands onto the opposite knees. As you do the Sheetkari Kumbhaka, clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Vrishapati Asana. Visualize yourself as the energy of a temple residing within you. Jimana Goda Agra Karidavo Pagaji Manipashati Animodi. The next asana is Durvasasana, Sage Durvasa pose. This asana comes from the Yoga Asana Manasa Chitra. It helps to deepen your hip opening, enhancing hand positioning awareness, and promotes a spinal alignment. So now you bring your foot out from underneath you. Keep both your legs crossed, hands on the top of the raised knees. Do the Sheetkari Kumbhaka. Inhale through your clenched teeth, exhaling through your nose. Do the Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum. Gaze towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize the purifying effects of the Durva grass happening in your being in Durvasasana. Dai jang parikari ji mano pagadai pashati ane phanado dharti te ki barala gulphakula ki barili. Next asana is Sukhadevasana, the comfortable divine pose.
मातृरूपेण नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द पाण्ड्य महादेवी नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द मीनाक्षी अवतारा नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द अर्धनारीश्वरा नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यशद्गुरु नित्यानन्द करुणामयमूर्ति नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द कमलालय कीर्ति नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द आनन्द परशान्ति नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द आत्मालय कान्ति नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यशद्गुरु नित्यानन्द हरिहर सागर नित्यानन्द अमृत शेखर नित्यानन्द द्वैताद्वैत नित्यानन्द त्रिगुणातीता नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द नित्यशद्गुरु नित्यानन्द पूरणकारण आगमधारण पूरणकारण आगमधारण आदिगुरुनाथ श्री चतुर्वेद सर्वसंरक्षक सन्मार्गनायक महाभावेन लिंगोद्भवेन आनन्दरूपेण नित्यानन्द 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 त्यागराजशा नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द योगरूपेशा नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द जीव जीवेशा नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द ज्ञानदेवेशा नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द नित्यशद्गुरु नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द नित्यशद्गुरु नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द नित्यशद्गुरु नित्यानन्द 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 नित्यनिधीश्वर नित्यानन्द नित्यशद्गुरु नित्यानन्द
So now continuing into the Sukhadevasana, the comfortable divine pose. This asana comes from the Yoga Pradipika of Jayatarama. It helps to intensify hip flexibility, enhance the hand positioning and promote spinal alignment. So now you're going to be crossing your legs over each other, keeping your knees stacked. Keep your little fingers and thumbs together in the Padma Mudra and keep it on the top of your knee. Do the Shitkari Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize all gods and goddesses pleased with you in Sukhadevasana. Vame Janghar Pidi Mahili Dachinapad Dhare Sutahili Ane Vama Goda Mahili Rashe Dachinagoda Agramilai. The next asana is Datta Digambarasana, the divine ascetic pose. This asana comes from the Yoga Pradipika of Jayatarama. It helps to deepen hip opening, enhancing grip strength and promote spinal alignment. So now you're bringing your hands into Prana Mudra with the index finger and middle finger, holding on to your big toes on the sides of your body. Here, continue the Shitkari Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself embodying the boundless renunciation and spiritual freedom in Datta Digambarasana. Pratamaji Mano Pava Uchave Dai Jangho Parikarilyave Dai Pakhati ताको आने गोडाम उपताल करी ठाने।
శాంతి నిత్యానంద నిత్యానంద ఆత్మాలయ కాంతి నిత్యానంద 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 నిత్యనికేశ్వర నిత్యానంద 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 నిత్య సద్గురు నిత్యానంద హరిహర సాగర నిత్యానంద అమృత శేఖర నిత్యానంద ద్వైత నిత్యానంద త్రిగుణాతీత నిత్యానంద 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 నిత్యనికేశ్వర నిత్యానంద నిత్య సద్గురు నిత్యానంద పూరణ కారణ ఆగమదారణ చతుర్వేద సర్వ సంరక్షక సన్మార్గ నాయక మహాభావేన లింగోద్భవేన ఆనంద రూపేణ నిత్యానంద 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 త్యాగరాజ నిత్యానంద నిత్యానంద నిత్యనికేశ్వర నిత్యానంద
asana is Matsyendrasana 3. Lord Matsyendra's pose 3 from the Yoga Asana Mala Sachitra. This asana helps to combine hip flexibility and a spinal forward folding. Keep your spine straight. Bring your hands to your toes. Lean forward and down, bringing your nose towards the ground in front of you. Do the Shitkari Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a fish. Matsyendrasana 3. Jeemanau Pagadayi Jankh Parirashe Yeli Kadisho Lave. Raise up. The next asana is Gomukhasana 2, the cow face pose 2. This asana is from the Nathamuni's Yoga Rahasya. It helps to intensify hip opening with a shoulder bending. Can you keep your legs in the same position, bringing your right hand on top, holding on to the left hand behind, gaze towards your nose to the Shitkari Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as the face of a cow in Gomukhasana. उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सैंहं गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्. Relax your hands. Now we're going to be repeating this sequence on the other side, starting with the Vrishapati Asana. So switch the positions of your legs, sitting on top of the lower heel, hands on the opposite knees. This is the Bull Lord pose. In this asana comes from the Yoga Asana Mala Sachitra, helps to open your hips asymmetrically, enhancing postural stability. In this asana, do the Shitkari Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize the energy of a temple in Vrishapati Asana. Jeemana Godo Agrakaridavo Pagajimani Pashati Animodi Edi. Now relax your leg. The next asana is Durvasa Asana. Sage Durvasa pose repeated on the other side. This asana is from the Yoga Asana Mala Sachitra. It helps to maintain your hip flexibility and enhance your hand positioning awareness. So keep your knees on top of each other, hands on top of the upper knee. Do the Moola Bandha Shitkari Kumbhaka japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, gazing towards your nose. Visualize the purifying effects of the Durva grass in Durvasasana. Dai jangh parikariji mano pagadai pashati ani phanado dharti teki. Next asana is Sukhadevasana, the comfortable divine pose. This asana comes from the Yoga Pradipika of Jayatarama. It helps to deepen your hip opening, enhancing the hand positioning awareness and promotes spinal alignment. Bring your little fingers and thumbs together in the Padma Mudra, placing it on the top of your upper knee. Continue the Shitkari Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize the gods and goddesses being pleased with you in Sukhadevasana. वामे जंघर पीड़ी माहिली दक्षिण पीठ धरती सूताहिली आने वाम गोड़ा माहिली राशे दचिगोड़ा अग्रमिलाई. The next asana is Datta Digambarasana, the divine ascetic pose. This comes from the Yoga Pradipika of Jayatarama. It helps to intensify your hip flexibility and enhance your grip strength. In this position now, bring your hands with the index finger and thumb in the Prana Mudra, holding on to the big toes, do the Shitkari Kumbhaka, clench your perineum, Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize Paramashiva as blessing you in Datta Digambarasana. प्रथम जीवनो पाव उचावे दाई जंघ उपरि करिल्यावे दाई पाखाती टाको आने गोड़ा मुपरि ताल करिठाने. The next asana is Matsyendrasana Trini, Lord Matsyendra's pose 3. This asana is from the Yoga Asana Mala Sachitra. It helps to combine advanced hip opening with spinal forward bending. So keep your hands in the same position, lower your nose down towards the ground as you visualize yourself as a fish doing the Shitkari Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gaze towards your nose in Matsyendrasana Trini. जीमन उपगदाई जंघ परिराशे येली काठी लगावे दावाया का उबार बारलो गोलफ जीमन गीड़ा की माहिली. Raise up. The next asana is Gomukhasana 2, the cow face pose 2 on the other side. This asana comes from Nath Muni's Yoga Rahasya. It helps to open your hips deeply with a shoulder bending and extension. Now you're going to be bringing your left hand behind your back, holding it with your right from behind. Clasp your hands together. Sheetkari Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with a japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing the face of a cow in Gomukhasana 2. उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सैंहं गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्. Relax your shoulders as we enter into the Shwasa Gamanasana, the left breath movement, which comes from the Yoga Kaustubha. This asana helps to intensify your hip flexibility with arm binding and enhance spinal alignment. So for this asana, you're going to be bringing both your feet together in front of you with the right knee raised, holding on to the opposite elbows. Do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, prolonged exhalations, clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize and control the outgoing breath in Vamashvasa Gamanasana. Daba Paganum Dhim Chanadaba, Hata Kakhalimam Rakhi, Upakhe Halachate, Uliti, Rite Dabi Banabari, Daini Besum Ted, Vamapada Swasa Gamanasana Kahevayache. The next asana is Dhirasana, the wise pose. So come and sit on top of your knees, sitting on your feet, your knees forward. Place this asana comes from the Yoga Kaustubha. It helps to promote a grounding stability and enhance spinal alignment. Keep your hands on your knees. Keep your spine straight to the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Gaze towards your nose, doing the Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize and embody the state and space of bravery in Dhirasana. बामने पगगोठा माथी वालिनी फणव गुडानी नीचे आड़ा राखिने भेसवुम ते धीरासन कहे वायचे. The next asana is Dakshinapada Dhirasana, the right foot steady pose. This asana also is from the Yoga Kaustubha. It helps to open your hips asymmetrically, enhance postural stability, and promote spinal flexibility. So in this asana, you're going to be sitting on your right knee and bring your left foot upright near the abdomen. Keep your hands on the respective knees. Do the Rechaka Kumbhaka Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize and embody the state and space of bravery. Dakshinapada Dhirasana. Jamne pagagudani niche rakhe dabo pagadhim chana thivaliteni. The next asana is Dakshina Shvasa Gamanasana, the right breath movement pose from the Yoga Kaustubha, which helps to combine your hip flexibility with your arm binding, enhancing spinal rotation. So bring your right foot towards the left, keeping the left knee raised. Clasp onto the opposite elbows, placing it on the raised knee. Rechaka Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize and control the outgoing breath in Dakshina Shvasa Gamanasana. Daba Paganum Dhim Chanadaba Hata Neka Khalimam Raki Uparake Halache. The next asana is Vamapada Dhirasana, the left foot steady pose. So you're going to now this is from the Yoga Kaustubha. It helps to maintain asymmetrical hip opening and postural stability. So you're going to be sitting on your left knee with your right knee raised, hands on the respective knees. Do the Rechaka Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gazing towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Vamapada Dhirasana. Jamane pagagudani niche rakhi davo pagadhim chana thivaaliteni. The next asana is Pashasana, the noose pose. This asana comes from Kapalakurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. It helps to combine hip stability with spinal rotation, enhancing breath control. Now you're going to be sitting on your knees, with sitting onto your heels, and bring your feet around, your hands around the raised knees from the opposite side, clasping your hands in the Parashamudra behind your back. Here do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gazing towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Shivoham. Visualize yourself bound by a noose of integrity in Pashasana. पादतले भूमौ निधाय जानुनि उरसि निधाय विपरीतहस्ताभ्याम् उरसहितजङ्घे निबध्य तिष्ठेत् पाशासनं भवति. The next asana is Pashasana on the other side. So continue to remain on your toes. This asana comes from Kapalakurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati, helps to deepen your hip flexibility and spinal rotation. Turn around outwards towards the left side this time, clasping your hands behind your back. Do the Moola Bandha Rechaka Kumbhaka Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, gazing towards your nose as you visualize yourself bound by the nose of integrity in Pashasana. पादतले भूमौ निधाय जानुनि उरसि निधाय विपरीतहस्ताभ्याम् उरुसहितजङ्घे निबध्य तिष्ठेत् पाशासनं भवति. The next asana is Simharupakasana, the lion form pose. This asana comes from the Trishikhi Brahmana Upanishad. It helps to open your hips deeply, promoting meditative posture and enhancing spinal alignment. So here you're going to sit with your toes tucked in towards the ground behind you. You're balancing on your knees, hands on the knees. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Stick your tongue out, exhaling forcefully. Doing the Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself embodying and the space of a lion in Simharupakasana. सीवनीं गुल्फदेशेभ्यो निपीड्य व्युत्क्रमेण तु प्रसार्य जानुरोर्हस्तावासनं सिंहरूपकम्. The next asana is Guptasana, the hidden pose. So you're going to be crossing your legs behind you, sitting on top of your knees. This asana comes from the Gheranda Samhita. It helps to intensify hip opening and enhance ankle flexibility. So sit on top of your crossed heels, hands on your knees. Do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself sitting in the space of Upanishad with Swamiji in Guptasana. जानूर्वोरन्तरे पादौ कृत्वा पादौ च गोपयेत् पादोपरि च संस्थाप्य गुणं गुप्तासनं विदुः. The next asana is Dikshasana, the initiation pose. This asana comes from the Yogasana Jaina, and what the Pramana says is Prasad Prashakki Diradha Sthitva Panchamushtit Tadeva Asana Dikshaya Stenamupalabhyate. You're going to be now laying onto the side of your body with your entire body straight, balancing on top of your right hand. This asana bestows spiritual blessings and traditional welfare. It symbolizes readiness for it symbolizes a readiness for initiation and supports your spiritual progress. Now, rest your hand on your head on your hand. This touch your index and thumb together of your right hand, placing them on the crown of your head in the Diksha Mudra. Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Dikshasana. Now from here, we're going to be moving into the Harinasana, which is the deer pose. This asana comes from Kapalakurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. It helps to strengthen your leg muscles and enhance coordination, promoting a dynamic movement. Come onto your knees, holding the opposite elbows. And from here, you're going to be kicking your legs up and hitting towards your buttocks. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a deer in Harinasana. Uddanam Kritva Parshnibhyam Nitambam Harinasanam Bhavati. The next asana is Malasana, the squat pose. This asana comes from Kapala Kurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. This asana strengthens your arms, enhances balance, coordination, and promotes core stability. This asana is where you will be bringing your legs on your knees on the top of your shoulders and lifting yourself off the ground. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing your legs as a flower garland in Malasana. हस्ताभ्याम अवनिमवष्टभ्य स्कन्धयो जानुनि संस्थाप्य पार्श्वम् उरसि निधाय तिष्ठत् मालासनं भवति. The next asana is Narasana, the perfected human pose. This asana is from the Rudra Yamala Tantra. It inverts circulation, strengthens your core stability, enhances balance coordination. Now again, as this is an inverted asana, we request if any participants, if you have medical health conditions or you're a female body on your monthly cycle, please refrain from doing this asana. You're going to be bringing your hands onto the ground and lifting your body completely upright in the upside down position. Keep your hands in a triangle position with your head in malas in Narasana. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as the perfect human, visualizing yourself with the cosmic masculine energy flowing through you in Narasana. Yogasanasthata yogi bhavati sadhakaha narasanam yah karoti sasiddho natra samshayaha. And the next asana is Adho Mundasana, the downward head pose. Here you're going to be bringing your head onto the ground and stretching your hands up, balancing just on your head alone in Adho Mundasana from the Rudra Yamala Tantra, which helps build advanced balance and core strength, enhancing your spinal alignment. Here, do the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize Paramashiva encompassing you, keeping you stable in Adho Mundasana. अथासनप्रभेदं च शृणुमत्सिद्धिकाङ्क्षिणां येन विना पूरकानां सिद्धिवाक्नमहीतले. And relax. The next asana is Midaki Pavasana Dve, the sweet wind pose 2. This asana comes from the Yoga Asana Mala Sachitra, helps to promote spinal release, enhancing neck flexibility. So come to a seated position on your knees. In the clasp your hands in the Parash Mudra, bringing it out towards your right side. Lean forward and down, bringing your forehead to the ground. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize your body softly being purified in Midaki Pavasana. Asana Kaugana Gulmai Bai Jai. And raise up. Repeating Midaki Pavasana Dve on the other side, sweet wind pose 2 on the other side. So this asana also comes from the Yoga Asana Mala Sachitra. And now you can just switch your hands from this side over to the other side towards the left and lean forward and down, bringing your forehead towards the ground. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize your body being softly purified in Midaki Pavasana Dve on the other side. Asana Kaugana Gulmai Bai Jai. And moving into Virasana Trini, the hero pose 3 from Nathamuni's Yoga Rahasya. This asana helps to open your hips deeply, enhancing ankle flexibility and promoting spinal alignment. Here you come to a seated position on your knees. Bring your hands on top of your knees. Do, do the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Clench your perineum. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing and embodying the state and space of bravery in Virasana Trini. Danda Padma Bharadvaja Veeravajra Samanitu Asanani Sada Kuryat Sudhirghairecha Purakaihi. From here, entering into Shyenasana, the hawk pose, from Kapala Kurantaka's Hatha Abhyasa Paddhati. This asana strengthens your back muscles, enhancing spinal mobility and promoting a dynamic movement. So in this asana, you're going to bring your hands to the ground, kicking your legs high up off the ground, and then lowering your forehead towards the ground as much as you can. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a hawk in Shyenasana. विपरीतनृत्यस्य स्थितौ नासिका भूमौ संस्पृश्य ऊर्ध्वं नीत्वा पुनः संस्पृशेत् शयनासनं भवति. From here, entering into the Pincha Mayurasana, the forearm peacock pose from Nath Muni's Yoga Rahasya. It helps to intensify your spinal extension, enhancing shoulder strength, promoting breath control. In this asana, you're going to be coming onto your forearms. Here, you're going to kick your legs off the ground and bring your legs straight up in the Pincha Mayurasana. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a peacock in Pincha Mayurasana. Mayuraspinchamayuram Padmapitha Samanvitam Kaukutasgarbhapindam cha Saimham Yoga Nrisimhakam. And slowly relax. The next asana is Godohikasana, the cow milking pose. So come to this asana comes from the Yoga Shastra of Hemachandra. This asana promotes a grounding stability and enhances hand positioning, strengthens postural muscles, and supports your breath control. So now raise onto your knees, keep your spine straight, bring your hands Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself milking a cow in Godohikasana. श्लिष्टर्गुलि श्लिष्टगुल्फौ भूश्लिष्टोरुप्रसारयेत् यत्रोपविश्यपादौ तो दण्डासनम् उदीरितं पार्ष्णिभ्यां तु भवस्त्यागे तत्स्यात् गोदोहिकासनम्. Now from here, the next asana is Ushtrasana Trini, the camel pose 3. This asana comes from Kapalakurantaka's Hatha Abhyasa Paddhati. It helps to open your chest and enhances postural alignment, strengthening your back muscles. In this asana, you're going to be doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gazing towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a camel. Come to a standing position and raise your hands up straight above your head. Keep your palms raised. Raising up onto your toes, gaze upwards with the visualization of a camel. Ushtrasana Trini. पादाङ्गुल्याभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा बाहु ऊर्ध्वीकृत्य तिष्ठेत् उष्ट्रासनं भवति. Next asana is Tadasana Dve, the mountain pose 2 from Natha Muni's Yoga Rahasya. This asana strengthens your postural muscles, enhances spinal extension and promotes your breath awareness. So keep your palm raised up above your head. Keep your palms together as you stretch up your spine tall. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a mountain in Tadasana Dve. Mahamudra Baddha Konau Tadasana Vibhedakan Vinottanam Sada Kuryadantarvatni Patipriya. The next asana is Talasana, the palm tree pose. This is from the Yoga Kaustubha, which enhances chest opening, promoting postural alignment and strengthening your back muscles. So now you're going to raise your hands up high above your head. Keep your feet firmly grounded. Gaze upwards as you do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, the Moola Bandha, and gaze towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as a tall, unwavering palmra tree in Talasana. बेहात ऊंचा का काहिने पंज पहोला राखिने उभा रहे वमते तालासन कहे वायचे. The next asana is Kulala Chakrasana, the potter's wheel pose. So this asana comes from the Kapalakurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati, and it helps to promote shoulder mobility, enhancing coordination, strengthening the postural muscles. So now from a standing position, extend your hands out to the side, start to rotate it in the forward motion. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as a potter's wheel in Kulala Chakrasana. हस्तौ प्रसार्य भ्रामणं कर्तव्यं कुलालचक्रासनं भवति. The next asana is Panjhasana, the paw pose. This asana comes from the Yoga Asana Mala Sachitra. Helps to build balance, enhancing postural stability and strengthening your leg muscles. Here you're going to be doing this, you're going to be standing, bringing your hands to the opposite chests, towards the opposite chest. Do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and visualize yourself as a bird being freed in Panjhasana. चरणस्याग्रभागेनोत्तिष्ठेत् भुवस्थले मुनिः कृत्वा हस्तपर्यष्टिं सिद्धं सेवेत सिद्धये. From here, the next asana we're going to be doing is Ardha Chandrasana, the half moon pose from Kapalakurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. This asana strengthens your leg muscles, enhancing balance, coordination, and promotes functional movement. Now, from a standing position, bring one leg to the opposite thigh, hands resting by the sides. Drop that leg, switching over to the other leg now in a dynamic movement. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, make sound of an ocean. Clench your perineum in the Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing the moon in your inner space in Ardha Chandrasana. एकेन पादेन भूमिम् अवष्टभ्य अन्यपादतलेन उरु अवष्टभ्य तिष्ठेत् आष्ट इति पुनः पुनः कर्तव्यम्. अर्धचन्द्रं भवति. The next asana is the Shankvasana, the conch pose. Here, this is from Kapalakurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. Builds functional leg strength and enhances balance stability. Now, bringing one foot up towards your navel center, you're going to be bending the leg down and coming back up and then switching your legs around. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze forward with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as an arrow in Paramashiva's bow in Shankvasana. तिष्ठासनं पार्श्वीन इतरजघनप्रदेशे सम्पीड्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यम् इति पुनः पुनः कर्तव्यं. शङ्क्वासनं भवति. The next asana is Ardha Talasana, the half palm tree pose, which comes from the Yoga Kaustubha. This asana helps to enhance postural alignment, promoting spinal extension and strengthening core stability. So in this asana, you're going to be standing with your spine straight, one hand raised above your head. Visualize yourself as a palmyra tree. As you do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Ardha Talasana. एक हाथ ऊंचे राखवनी अर्ध तालासन तायचे. And from here, moving into Virabhadrasana Dve, the first fierce warrior pose 2 from Nath Muni's Yoga Rahasya. This asana strengthens your leg muscles, enhancing balance coordination. Stretch your legs apart, bringing your forward leg to a 90-degree angle. Hands extended, one in front, one behind. Gaze towards your hand, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra, fierce and powerful in Virabhadrasana Dve. उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गष्ठप्रसारणे. And from here, entering into the Parshvakonasana, the side angle pose, which comes from Nath Muni's Yoga Rahasya, helps to open your chest, enhance spinal rotation, and strengthen your core stability. So now, with your one leg at a 90-degree angle, lean the respective hand forward and down towards the leg, the other hand extended upwards, gaze towards the raised hand, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a side angle triangle in Parshvakonasana. सप्तचक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासन विशेषकाञ्जननेन्द्रियदार्ढ्याय कोणभेदान् समभ्यसेत्. Raise up. The next asana is the Parivritta Trikonasana, the revolved triangle pose. This asana comes from Nath Muni's Yoga Rahasya, helps to deepen your spinal extension, enhancing balance, coordination, and strengthening your core muscles. So straighten both your legs, twist your body out towards the side, bringing your left hand towards the right foot and the right hand extended upwards. Here, visualize yourself and in a revolved triangle doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Parivritta Trikonasana. Saptachakrakshalanaya Vrikshasana Visheshakaञ्जननेन्द्रियदार्ढ्याय Konabhedam Samabhyaset. And raise up. Entering into Veerabhadrasana Trini, Fierce Warrior Pose 3 from Nath Muni's Yoga Rahasya, which helps to intensify your balance, enhancing core stability, strengthening your leg muscles. So now balance onto your right foot, lift your left leg up behind you and stretch your arms forward parallel to the ground, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a fierce warrior in Veerabhadrasana Trini. उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गष्ठप्रसारणे. And relax, entering into the next asana, which is Vamapadasana, the left foot pose from the Yoga Kaustubha. This asana supports building functional leg strength, enhancing balance, stability, and promoting breath control. Now stand firm with your right leg on the ground and stretch your left leg forward. Here do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha gazing towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself standing on your left foot balanced and strong in a Vamapadasana. Jamane pag purva bhani jamane apanam me hoyate bhani babo करे दाबे पग उभा रहेवम ते वामपादासन कहे वायचे. Relax your leg. The next asana is Matantara Vrikshasana, the alternative lineage tree pose. This asana comes from the Yoga Kaustubha. It enhances balance, promoting postural stability and strengthening your leg muscles. So now balance on your right leg, bringing your left leg in towards the right knee. Balancing it on the right knee, bring your hands to the Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center. Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a mindful tree in Matantara Vrikshasana. वाम ऊना मूलानाम जवना पगने राखने उभे रहे वम ते मतंतर वृक्षासन कहे वायचे. Now relax. The next asana is Kamasana, the desire pose. This asana comes from the Rudra Yamala Tantra. Helps to combine balance with spinal forward folding, enhancing hip flexibility. So you're going to be bringing your left foot to the right thigh, bending your right knee, bringing the little fingers of both hands towards the ground. Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself fulfilling all your desires in Kamasana. नितम्बे च पादगोष्ठी हस्ताभ्यामङ्गुलीयकम् अथ कामासनं वक्ष्ये कामसङ्गेन हेतुना. Raise up and relax as we enter into Vimanasana, the airplane pose. From Kapalakurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. This asana intensifies balance, enhancing leg strength and promoting hip stability. So now you're going to be bringing your right leg towards the left hip and bending yourself down, your foot almost as if you're sitting on a chair. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as an airplane in flight, a Hindu Vimana in Vimanasana. एकं पादं भूमौ निधाय नितम्बं जानुप्रदेशे आनीय द्वितीयं पादं जानुनि विधाय तिष्ठेत् विमानासनं भवति. The next asana is Ardha Padasana from the Yoga Kaustubha, the half foot pose. In this asana, it will support enhancing your balance, promoting postural stability and strengthening your leg muscles. So bring your leg onto the opposite thigh, your right leg onto the left thigh and onto the left hip, in front of the left hip, and keep your spine straight. Keep your hands resting beside your knees, doing the Moola Bandha, clenching your perineum. With the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashoham, gaze towards your nose, visualizing yourself balancing on one foot in Ardha Padasana. उभा राखे दावा पकने फना जमना पगने धीमचना उत्तरणा भागमा माड़ादि राखवे ते अर्धपादासन कहे वायचे. And relax as we enter into Utthita Trivikramasana, the extended 3 steps pose from Nathamuni's Yoga Rahasya. This asana builds balance, enhancing hip flexibility and strengthening your leg muscles. So you're going to now be standing on your right leg and lift your left leg up straight towards the side, keeping it pointing upwards. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Utthita Trivikramasana. Visualize Swamiji radiating cosmic consciousness in Utthita Trivikramasana. उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सैंहं कारणमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्. And from here, entering into Natarajasana 2, the King of Dancers pose 2. This asana comes from Nathamuni's Yoga Rahasya. It helps to combine your extreme balance with a spinal extension, enhancing hip flexibility. So over here, you're going to balance on your right leg, bring your left leg behind you, trying to bring the left foot towards your head. Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja in Natarajasana 2. शलभासनभेदाश्च नतभेरुण्डनामके गण्डभेरुण्डसहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा. And relax. The next asana is Purna Padasana, full foot pose from Yoga Kaustubha. This asana promotes postural alignment, enhancing bodily awareness. Now stand straight, keep your hands by the side of your knees. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Purna Padasana. बामने पग उभा रहे वो पूर्ण पादासन कहे वायचे. And now from here, we're going to be repeating the Ardha Talasana on the other side, the half palm tree pose from the Yoga Kaustubha. So now you can raise your left hand up, keeping your right hand down. As you do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualize yourself as a palmyra tree, Ardha Talasana. एक एक हाथ ऊंचे राखावथी अर्धतालासन कहे वायचे. Moving into Veerabhadrasana 2, the fierce warrior pose repeated on the other side. Stand tall, step your right foot backwards, bend the left leg towards a 90-degree angle, extending your arms out in front and behind. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as Lord Veerabhadra in Veerabhadrasana 2. उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गष्ठप्रसारणे. From here, entering into the Parshvakonasana on the other side, the side angle pose. So now from Virabhadrasana, hinge forward, bringing your left hand down to the inside of the left leg. Your right heel stay on the ground. Open up your chest, bringing the right arm up straight. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, gazing towards your raised hand in Parshvakonasana. Sapta Chakrakshalanaya Vrakshasana Visheshakanjananendriyadardhyaya Konabhedan Samabhyaset. The next asana is the Parivritta Trikonasana. On the other side, the resolved triangle pose. Now in this asana, you're going to be raising up, straightening your right leg, twisting, straightening the left leg, twisting and bringing the right hand down outside of the left foot. Raise the left hand upwards. Visualize yourself as a triangle as you gaze towards the raised hand, doing the Moola Bandha Ujjayi Kumbhaka and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Parivritta Trikonasana. सप्तचक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासन विशेषकान् जननेन्द्रियदार्ढ्याय कोणभेदान् समभ्यसेत्. And now come up to a straight position. The next asana is Virabhadrasana Trini, fierce warrior pose on the other side. Now step onto your left foot, extending the right leg behind and both your arms forward, balancing on your foot. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra in Virabhadrasana Trini. उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गश्च प्रसारणे. Entering into the Dakshina Padasana. Right foot pose. Balance on your left leg, raising the right leg forward. Keep your palms by the side. Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Dakshina Padasana. Jamane Pagabhurvabhani, Jamane Apanam Me Hoyate Bhani. From here, entering into Matantara Vrikshasana, the alternate lineage tree pose on the other side. Balancing on your left foot, bring your right leg in towards the left knee. Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The leg is on the knee. And visualize yourself as a tree in Matantara Vrikshasana. Vama uncha moolamam jamana pagane rakhne ubhe rahe vumte Matantara Vrikshasana kahe vayache. The next asana is Kamasana, bringing the desire pose. In this asana, you're going to be bringing your right foot onto your left thigh, bending down, bringing your little fingers to the ground to the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you embody a pure unconditional love in Kamasana. Nitambe cha padagoshti hastabhyam anguliyakam atha Kamasanam vakshe kamasangena hetuna. Now relax up, continuing to keep the right foot on the left thigh. Balance here, bending your knee down to a 90-degree angle. As you keep your hands on your knees, do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as an ancient Hindu aircraft in Vimanasana. Ekam padam bhumau nidhaya nitambam janu pradeshayani dvitiyam padam janu nidvaya tishthet Vimanasanam bhavati. Into Ardha Padasana. The half put pose repeated on the other side. From the Yoga Kaustubha, enhances balance and promotes stability, bringing your right foot in towards the left thigh. Keep your hands in front of your heart center in the Namaskara Mudra. Clench your perineum in the Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself balancing on one foot in Ardha Padasana. Ubha rakhine ubha pagane pranam jamana pagana dhim chanana. The next asana is Utthita Trivikramasana, extended 3 steps pose on the other side from Nathamuni's Yoga Rahasya. Now lift your right leg up straight upwards as you balance on your left leg. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Utthita Trivikramasana. उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सैंहं कारुणमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्. And relax your legs as we move into Natarajasana 2, Natarajasana Dve in the other side. Now balancing on your left foot, bring your right leg behind towards your head. Twisting your spine, do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as Lord Nataraja in Natarajasana 2. Shalabhasana Bhedascha Natabherunda Namake Gandabherunda Sahite Shirshdandasanam Tatha. And now relax, coming to a standing position in Kaupinasana, the loin cloth pose. This is from Kapalakurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati, helps to open your hips, enhancing a grounding connection. Now from a standing position, cupping your hands over the groin area. Do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Kaupinasana. वृष्टसहितलिङ्गम् उरुमध्ये गाढं धृत्वा चरणाग्राभ्यां स्थित्वा स्थातव्यं कौपीनासनं भवति. And now come to a seated position as we move into the Chakrasana Dve. This asana comes from the Yoga Kaustubha. It strengthens your core, enhancing leg flexibility and promoting spinal alignment. Now, in this asana, you're going to be laying on your back and holding on to your big toes with the respective hands in the Prana Mudra. Doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha. With the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, straighten your legs. Visualize your chakras as bright white lights in Chakrasana Dve. Behatani Angalathi Bepaganam Angali Pakadine Savumte Chakrasana. Extended pose. In this asana, lay on your back with your forearms on the ground. This asana comes from Kapalakurantaka's Hatha Abhyasa Paddhati. Helps to promote complete muscular relaxation and nervous system restoration. Lay on your back with your elbows on the ground, knees raised, doing the Moola Bandha, the japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space in Tanasana. Shavavad bhumau tishthet shavasanam bhavati padadvayam vitanottanaasanam bhavati. The next asana is Trikutasana, the three-peak pose. This comes from the Kapalakurantaka's Hathabhyasa Paddhati. It helps to open your chest, strengthening your back muscles, enhancing a spinal extension. In this asana, you're going to be bringing your body up and extending your chest upwards, forming the shape of three peaks, doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize three peaks of a mountain in Trikutasana. उत्तानशयनं पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा कूर्परो अवनौ निधाय पृष्ठप्रदेशेन मूर्ध्वमुन्नं नयेत् त्रिकूटं भवति. Next asana is Chatushpada Peetham, the 4-foot seat, which comes from Nathamuni's Yoga Rahasya. Intensifies your chest opening, enhancing a spinal extension and strengthens your back and arm muscles. So now bring your hands behind you. Push your feet off the ground, coming to a upside down tabletop position. Doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize each limb as a pillar of a 4-pillared Hindu temple in Chatushpada Peetham. पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रौञ्चशलभा भुजङ्गमपि वृश्चिकम्. Relax. The next asana is Vakra Padmasana, the arched lotus pose. This asana comes from the Trulkhor and it enhances back flexibility and chest opening, lengthens your spine, strengthening your legs and arm muscles. In this asana, you're going to come to the Padmasana position, bringing your legs to the opposite thighs. Lay on your back. Bring your hands holding on to the respective feet in the toes in the Prana Mudra. Here, you're going to be doing the Kevala Kumbhaka. which is where you're going to allow your breath to pause naturally and observe your breath without forcing it. Bring your knees to the ground, doing the Moola Bandha, gazing upwards with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize a lotus arcing upwards. Arc your back in Vakra Padmasana. पादपर्यन्तग्रहणं कुर्वीत पृष्ठाभ्याम् आवकुर्वीत शिरोललाटे प्रतिनियच्छेत्. Next asana is Mukta Padmasana, the liberated lotus pose from the Yoga Karnika. Here it deepens your spinal arc and chest expansion, strengthening your upper body and core. Here now continue to be in the Padmasana position. Lean back onto your elbows and place your crown of your head onto the ground as you arc your back. Keep your palms on the thighs, holding the opposite feet in the Prana Mudra. Do the Kevala Kumbhaka, clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a fully bloomed lotus flower, raising in the water in Mukta Padmasana. मुक्त पद्मासनं कृत्वा उत्तानशयनं चरेत् कूर्पराभ्यां शिरोवेष्ट्या मत्स्यासनं तु रोगः. And now finally relaxing into the Mritasana, the final pose of the sequence. Lay flat onto your back with your legs extended. Here visualize that your body is dead and Paramashiva Swamiji is liberating you. Do the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Mritasana. उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तु शवासनं शवासनं श्रमहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारकम्.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
Bring your knees to your chest and rock yourself up to a seated position.
ॐ नित्यानन्द.
Congratulations to everybody. All of you have successfully completed today's Nithyananda Yoga. If you enjoyed today's yoga, please do give the video a like. Share it with those you know who need yoga in their life too. Subscribe so that you never miss the upcoming updates. And if you are more interested in the science of Nithyananda Yoga, you want to get personalized yoga training during the Paramashiva Sena program, you can sign up in the QR code projected on screen. And with this, let us offer our gratitude at Swamiji's feet for giving us this amazing science of yoga and end with the Purna Mantra. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु Om Nithyanandam. Thank you all, Nithyanandam, and see you tomorrow.